Okay, so I'm back with messages at your request. This is for Timothy. I don't know much about him, but let me tell you this: relationships suck for him. Um, he's having trouble with relationships, family relationships. Relationships with his family, partners. It's actually the main idea of his entire life message. If the relationships get better, his life get better. That's pretty much what I got overall. It was nothing personal for him. His life revolves around other people. How did that happen? I don't know, but he cares so much for other people, or he's concerned so much about other people. Um, he did not feel like a star. He didn't feel like a celebrity. He does not feel like a superstar. He doesn't feel like someone who even cares about that. This feels like a down-to-earth person that really care about making sure the people he care about is okay. And he's about friction. It's something about friction with these relationships that causes other things to go zigzag, maybe I'll say. I also felt a baby on him. I don't know if he has children already or he has children to come, but I do feel some children around him. I do feel some serious opportunities for pregnancy. So I want to get that out the way too. This feels like an overall down-to-earth private person. Can care less about Hollywood. It just feel that way. Um, yeah. I don't know where the priorities at. I don't understand the priorities. I don't understand what he cares about the most. I don't get it. It feels like he cares about the people who listens to him. I don't know. He's a big talker, good conversation type person. But he does not feel like he's in charge of his life. He feels like he lives life to please others. He doesn't feel empowered. He doesn't feel in charge. And that makes him feel uncomfortable. He feels like he's obligated to do certain things. He doesn't feel like he's doing things that he truly wants to do, but he's doing things that he has to do because of the pressure, the force, the timing. Maybe he's taking care of everybody. There's so many people connected to him, so many soul ties, so many people. And I feel the youth in him, but it feels like he's very, very old. So he doesn't feel like he's in charge of his life and he's running his life. He feels like he's being ran by situations around him. He hates that. It gets on his nerve. It sucks. But he got to do what he got to do. He feels like he has no choice but to live this way. So it's not like puppet strings. It's more like a servant. I am my family and friends' servant, and I'm going to continue to do it. I have no choice right now. And he don't know how long he will be living like this. Or is it just a scapegoat because he really don't want to look at his own personal things? It's very, very possible that these excuses or reasons can be so that he won't have to heal himself, look at himself, or deal with his own personal issues. So he works in obligation. He works to serve his family and friends. He doesn't feel like he's in charge of his life, career, love, money, none of this. He feels like he has to do this. Yeah. And that's the moment I feel children. Maybe he's a father already. Because I don't like to look him up. It's best that I don't know too much. But he could be doing this for some kids. there are some kids around him that's important, or he's about to have a child. It's possible he could be having a child with a water sign. It's possible that he can be working as hard or working on the behalf of a water sign, on the behalf of an Aries. I just feel like he's working for people, serving for people. And I got some messages on his love life, and that's where it hit. That's where the majority of the issues is at. This is where the core is at. This is where the heart is at. As you can see, there are relationship and obligation and relational issues and life messages, and their issues and love. It carries across the board. But there's so much disappointment about commitment, to have a committed relationship. He also could be disappointed in a Taurus. Maybe he had a Taurus that he was disappointed in. Maybe he still had feelings for a past Taurus. That's very possible. Or he just really, really upset that these relationships is not working out. Whatever it is, it gets him to the core. He tries to release it, but he can't. He desires love, partnership, commitment. Or maybe it's that it's fearing getting married but wanting a relationship. It's something about relationships that hits him deep to the core. Always feeling like each person he meet, he has to move on and move to the next. Some type of hurt here when it comes to women, when it comes to love. Definitely some type of hurt. Definitely a lot of conflict. He could have conflict with a Cancer, a Taurus. There's someone here, or just his view, is disappointment, needing to relax, needing to release. He overthinks, and repetitive thinking. He's going to burn his brain out. Constant conflict with people, constant conflict with relationships. It's like he's trying to force relationships to go the way he wants them to go. Amazing. I don't feel like the passion, the love. I don't feel chemistry. I don't feel soul connections. I don't feel spiritual connections. I feel like this real loyalty type thing. Like he's accusing someone of loyalty and not being loyal. He wants to move forward with his life, but he's conflicted by these people, these partners. And he talks about it too. I think he probably tell everybody his business. But the business is, I don't know how to have relationships with people. Amazing. His biggest conflict is not doing exactly what he knows to do. He's very enlightened. He receives messages. He has a knowing inside of him, but he does not do it. It's like knowing how to get somewhere, but you decide to take the back road anyway. It's kind of like that. He also may be having issues with a Virgo. Mentally bruised. He's mentally bruised. Yeah. Not the happiest. His biggest conflict is not being happy, not being able to let go of past things, not being able to carve out a new beginning, not being able to find success. Because that is the other side of his life, of course, career, business, and what is next for him. He got a victory over him. Very, very, he has it. He has an it thing that everybody admires about him. He has victory, but he's not even, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about this victory. He doesn't care about victory. He doesn't care about fame. He doesn't care about um, being whatever we think that he should be. The reason why you asked to do this, and the reason why you probably is caught by his energy or character, the reason why you asked me to do this, he's not concerned about that. Whatever reason you like him, he doesn't even think about that. He's not concerned about this outer things in this world. It's not a big concern. He is almost a minimalist at times, feels like. At least in his mind, at least in his spirit. The conflict that he has in life is the conflict of not doing what he already knows to do. It's a certain way, it's a certain thing that he needs to do, and he has a hard time doing it. And that is work on your destiny. You are here to serve. He's a servant. Not a slave. He's acting as a slave, but he's really just a servant. A lot of more growth is needed for him energy-wise. What's next for him? If he take it, he has opportunities coming at him. He's just not clear about what he's passionate about. I think he's turning down opportunities. I really do feel like he's turning down money. I really do feel like he's turning down opportunities. I really do feel like he is not motivated by the offers that comes to him. He's still trying to find his way. He's still trying to find how he wants to be labeled or how he wants to be seen. Yeah. He's really stressed out about career. Yeah, he's very picky when it comes to his career. He's very picky about himself doing something and being shown in a certain type of light. Now, I'll tell you the weird part about this. All this other anxiety type energy that's going on around him, underneath that, he feels like a best friend. Yeah, he feels like a best friend. But there's so many issues in love. So let me just stop right there because it's repeated. It's repeated. It's like I could do this, but I will say that, but I would do this, but I won't love, but I want to work, but it's just so many reasons he makes it difficult to have victory. That will be the bottom line for his energy. You make it so difficult to experience your own victory. You make it hard for you. But he has it. It's his. The world is his. He has victory. He can really be anything he want to be. He has so many options in career, but he's really hesitant on taking it because of how it makes him look. He's not connected to it's not enough substance in the roles or in the offers. He's patient with it. He takes his time before he chooses to do things. Or maybe he's working at something right now and he's not connected to it. Either he don't want these new offers coming in, or he's going to really, really go through the details and try to make it have more substance to fit him, or he is actually doing something right now in his career that he don't like his job. His job does not have enough substance. Okay. It's very, very challenging. He's making it challenging for himself. Kind of complicated. It's complicated because he made it complicated. So, if you want some direct questions about him, you're welcome to email me at revealinghp@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to do it for you. Something more direct. But other than that, he's making his life complicated by overthinking, judging harshly, and he's very picky. His personal life revolves around other people, but when it comes to him doing for his personal self, he doesn't treat himself well or the best. Because I see him turning down things that's really good. I see good offers being turned down for minor reasons, I would say. There's so many people involved in his life, or maybe there's just so many people involved in his pockets. I'm not sure on that. But it's a lot of people around him, and he feels responsible for them. And he's very iffy on love. And because of these partners that he's had, he has some trust issues with each and every last one of them. And probably the next one too. Not settled yet when it comes to love. It looks like he wants 3 people. He could have been hurt 3 times. Or he could have been in love 3 times. You pick one. It's complicated. I see kids. I see the opportunity of victory, success, trophies. I see high praises to him once he decides to choose something. I see major success if only he'll choose something. Most likely he might wait it out. So he's in a situation in his career he does not like it, or he's being offered new positions that he don't like because he feel like it's not enough substance, or it won't make him look great in image. It's just always some type of reason why something can't be better. Other than that, very open, down to earth, big talker, great communication. He has great communication. He can communicate this much better than me. Great friend, great talker. But I do see some growth on him. I see some victory on him. If only he just choose. So, I would definitely call this complicated, that's for sure. So just let me know if you want to do something more detailed. But I'm kind of feeling like whatever you ask me, I think it's going to be wrapped around a lot of reasons and excuses. For some reason, I feel that way. Okay, so I'm getting tongue-tied. So let me stop. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.